Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. Well, I got the Wyze Band, and I thought I'd give you my initial impressions. Okay, so I know it's not Tuesday yet, but I wanted to share this because I just got it. I pre-ordered it, and it just came in the mail. So, what do I think? Well, let me tell you. I had high expectations because I love a lot of Wyze's products, and I have some of their cameras. I just got their scale. I haven't started playing with that yet. I'll have another video on that, and I'll have a more in-depth video on this. But for now, here's my initial impressions. They didn't disappoint with this thing because, okay, let me start off with, if you're comparing it to the Series 5 Apple Watch, okay, this thing to me is sort of the gold standard right now of what a smartwatch should be. However, this thing with GPS and cellular and everything in it, and this is the 44mm Series 5, this thing's over $500 even on sale. This thing was $25. $25. So the Apple Watch is over 20 times the price of the Wyze Band. So they got a ton of cool stuff in here. Okay, so let's go through some of the features on this band. So you can change your watch face, and I made this bigger because the initial one, the default one, is the print's pretty small, but it is a small screen. You have an activity tracker. You have some shortcuts, so you can put in your own shortcuts there. You have a run app, which I don't know why that's not just in with the activities, but whatever. That's a separate app. You have alarms. You have weather. You have a heart rate monitor. So this also has a find phone feature, which is similar to the Apple Watch, where you hit the button and your phone will make a noise. And you can also use the app and play and make your band vibrate, so you can find this if you lost this and you have your phone. So you have one or the other, you can find the other one. You have settings, and there's not a ton of settings that are available just yet, and that's one of the suggestions that I might have for them, is add settings over time, but I believe they will. You have an app for She Who Shall Not Be Named by Amazon, and finally you have a dedicated notification center. Okay, so one of the coolest things about this band, in my opinion, is that if you hit and hold the home button, it'll bring up She Who Shall Not Be Named by Amazon, and so you can control smart home devices like turning lights on and off. You can have her play something on a Fire TV stick, things like that. So to me, that's a really cool feature. So there are definitely some suggestions that I have for Wyze to add to this band. So let me give you a list of what I've come up with so far. So one of them was already fixed. I opened up the band and I played with it for a while, and then a little while later I got an alert that there was a firmware update, so I updated it, and one of the things that I really thought was missing was the notification center, and they added that. So to me, that's really cool. So I wish when you were scrolling through to see your apps on your band that there would be an option to be able to see information on the battery. Right now, you just have the option to not have it or have it displayed, and it's really, really tiny. Even with a magnifying glass, I had a hard time seeing it. Speaking of tiny things, I really wish they would add some accessibility features, like the ability to enlarge font, or be able to even zoom in, like on an Android phone or tablet. You can triple tap with one finger and then pinch to zoom in and out and move around, and it really makes things a lot more usable for someone with low vision. Same thing on an iPhone or an iPad. You double tap with 3 fingers and you can go up and down, slide up and down with those 3 fingers, and then you can move things around, and it really, as I said, just makes things a lot easier for someone with low vision. So one of the things that I'd really like to see them add is the ability to adjust how long it takes the the screen to time out. So let me show you. So as you can see, it's only about 4 or 5 seconds before the screen goes blank. So sometimes when you're looking at your notifications, it's really not enough time. And finally, I would really love to see them make an option that has a bigger screen. I would love to see one that's maybe twice as wide or something. Even if they have to double the price. Even if they end up saying, oh, you know what, this $25, we need to make it $50 for the regular one, and then even if they had to double the price for the larger one, that would still only put it at $100, and that's still a fraction of the Apple Watch, still a fraction of most Android watches, still a fraction of some of the Fitbits, and this, by the way, reminds me a lot of the size of my sister's Fitbit. So far, I'm really impressed with this thing, especially for the price. What you get for $25 is incredible to me. So, as I said, I have not had it very long. I just got it yesterday. I just updated the firmware last night, and so I need to play with it some more to give some more in-depth review on the thing. But I wanted to just put it out there that I got it, my initial impressions. I definitely think it's worth it. I mean, without even having to go further in depth, unless you need something specific that this doesn't yet have, I mean, $25. Just go for it. I think it's a great product. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you want to know about this thing, and I'll try to get the answer. Thanks again for watching. See you next time. Well, I got the Wyze Band. I pre-ordered it and it just came. So I wanted to share. You can hit the button and it'll make a noise. So this also has a find phone feature similar to the iPhone and the iWatch. So this also has a find phone feature similar to the Apple Watch, where you hit the button and it'll play. So if you ask me, one of the coolest things about this band is that if you hit and hold, let's turn them off, or you can play shows on your Prime TV. What is it called? So there's definitely some things that I would recommend that Amazon. That's not who makes this. It's Wyze.